All right, so here is the next question. It says here, what graph best represents the equation? So we have an equation here, and it's just asking us to match the graph, which Desmos is wonderful at helping us out with that. Okay, so there you go. So I would just kind of see it's going through -4 and then -5. There you go, -4 and -5. That looks about right. That looks exactly right. That's that. Okay, what is the value of this expression when n is equal to -15? My question mark just kind of scooted down, but you know, if I were to open, yeah, there you go. I think I like this one better. So for this is just plugging it in, plug and chug. We will do -2. The absolute value is right here, n. Now n is negative, so I'm going to go ahead and plug it in like that. Plus 6, and then that's -18. Or another way you can do this problem is you can do -2, absolute value. You have n, you can just press n, plus 6. And then here you can press the slider. Now I'm not just pressing some random button. I know exactly what n is. N has to be -15, and there you go, -18. I like this method better, especially with the negatives. Okay. All right, a formula is to find an angle measured of an isosceles triangle is shown. Which equation can be used to find x? So this is one of those weird problems we saw in class where you have to kind of solve for x. There's not much Desmos can do here, but I'll show you how to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and write 180 equals 2x plus y. And it's asking me to solve for x, this number right, or this variable right there. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move everything over and then just keep x by itself. So to do that, I need to first do whatever is being added or subtracted. So I'm going to subtract y on both sides. So that gets crossed out. So here I'm just going to write 180 minus y equals 2x. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide out the 2 to get x by itself. Okay? And that's about it. So you have x equals, I think they're leaving it this way. Yeah, right here. It could also be simplified, so 180 divided by 2, which is 90, and then so on. Okay? But anyway, that's how it is. So -5 on both sides, minus y on both sides, and then divide by 2. It says here, which equation represents the line that passes through the points? So we're going to go ahead and plug in the points in Desmos. So whenever you're plugging in the points, just make sure to use the right format. So that's parentheses, -4, comma 4. So there's 1 point, and then the other point is 8, comma -2. I don't see that point, so I zoom out a little bit. There it is. So I'm just trying to look for the graph that goes through it. So y equals -1 over 2, x, and then -2. That's too low. I like the slope. The slope looks about the same, right? So maybe it's going to be this one. Maybe I just need to move it up. Yep, there it is. That one right there. Okay. So I plugged in the points and I graphed and see which line went through the 2 points. Okay, this one, class, oh yeah, let's read the question. For which system of inequality is -3, 1 a solution? So you know that -3, 1 is a solution is where the two graphs overlap. So this is an inequality, so make sure that they get graphed properly. There's 1. So far it's a solution because it's like on the solid line right there. That's good. I'm focused on that red dot right there. and then the other one, 2x minus 3y, is less than negative 9. Okay, so that point, that's right there, it looks like it's on both the graphs, but since this is a dotted line, it won't work. They both have to be solid lines like that. Equal to, less than or equal to. Let's just check. Yeah, see how they both are solid lines, and that means that it is a solution. Yeah. It says here, what is the solution to the system of equations? So, all right, I'm just going to graph both of them. Graph this one. And then I'm going to zoom out. And the only time that a solution is not an x-intercept is for a system. Usually, otherwise it will definitely be the x-intercept, but in this case it's not the x-intercept or the y-intercept, it's where they cross each other right there at 1, 5. And that's about it, guys. This is going to be a pretty easy problem. It says here, the graph of y equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 8 is shown. Find all the solutions. So like I said, solutions is where the graph crosses the x-axis. Unless it's a system of equations, then it's where they cross each other. But in this case, this is where the solutions are, not the vertex, not the y-intercept, only these two. What value of x makes this equation true? Okay, so for this one, I'll go ahead and graph it and check, because Desmos will help me find the solution. So it's at 4. That's about it. Which equation best represents the line M? So I have a graph here. I just need to see which one matches. So first of all, this has a positive slope. So remember, when it's in slope-intercept form, this number in front of the x is your slope. So I'm looking for positive. Either it's this one or this one. But I'll go ahead and graph it and check. So you have y equals 3x minus 4. That's too slanted. Let me try the next one. Y equals 1/3 x minus 4. Yeah, I think that's it. So just double check. It's going through -4, and then the slope is up 1/3, up 1/3. Yep, that one looks good. It says here, Christopher incorrectly solved an inequality as shown. Between which two consecutive steps did Christopher make a mistake? So right here, when between step 4 and 5, you divide by -4. Anytime you divide by -4 or a negative number, or multiply by a negative number for an equality, the sign has to flip. Okay, so the solution should have been x is greater than or equal to 8. But that's it. For this one, it says solve for n. So since I'm interested in solving in Desmos, I'm going to go ahead and put this in Desmos, but I'm not going to use n because it's not going to help me. I'm going to go ahead and use x to be able to solve it. Equals, change it to x, and zoom out. It's at -17. Okay. What are the values of x that are solutions? So again, just graph it. And then there's -5 as a solution. And the other solution is 1.33. So if you look at 4/3, that's the same as 1.33. Same thing. Okay, so that's the answer. Let's just keep going. Which number is closest in value to the slope? So remember, the slope is rise over run. So up 1. So first of all, it's going down. So you know it's negative. Well, that's the only -1, but that's okay. So it's down 1 and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. done 1/6. I think these two, well, I think this should have been -2. But anyway, this is the right answer. If you want to, kind of confirm it in Desmos, what you can do is you can go ahead and put the slope, and if you put a x next to it, it'll kind of graph. I mean, the y-intercept is different, but at least slope is like how it's tilted. So you can check, how it's tilted in Desmos. Which equation represents a horizontal line? So horizontal line is the line that goes left and right and passes through 7, 5. So I want the line that passes through 7, 5. I graphed it. And horizontal line, it has to go left and right, and you notice it's crossing it at y = 5. So that's just what it's going to be. I mean, you can graph all of them and find it, but I know that it's just easier just to know that a horizontal line, the shape of it, and it's going through y = 5. So that's that. In this system of linear equations graph, what is the parent solution? So remember, the solution for a system is where they cross each other. So right there. So it looks like it's at 3, x is 3, y is -7. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and stop this video here, and then I'll continue in the next one.